What the hell's going on here?
Welcome, everybody, to some SBF basketball. Thank you
Got
for
it.
joining me tonight as we are going to watch the A-Town Assassins take on the Smashville Tornadoes. Alongside me tonight on commentary, I have Fat Boy Kenny and Ginger Nick. Welcome,
Hello.
guys.
I don't like our new nicknames.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Love being the ginger.
This is the first time you will hear the three-team commentary, and if you don't like Ginger's commentary, feel free to leave a comment. Let us know below. We will
Maybe
go
just
ahead and kick him out of the league.
3 dislikes and we'll get them out of here.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit extreme.
You already have 2 dislikes because I'm going to be one of them, and so will Kenny.
So, it's up to you. You guys hold all the power in this league.
We just need one of you. Please help us out.
Even a misclick, we'll count it.
Alright, and here we go as Kim Slice has the ball for the Tornadoes. Hands it off to Irv Bishop. Bishop for 3. Real confident to start the game already as Roberto Cortez pulls down the rebound. Driving to Jacoby, over to McNeil, who slams it home. Ginger, tell us a little bit about how you feel about how Steve Kabirov is leading this Tornadoes offense this season.
You know, I look at the Tornadoes and I see a lot of really great offensive pieces, and Kabirov is just such a great facilitator. I think that's why he's leading the league in assists by far.
Yeah, absolutely. As you saw there, he had the assist to the 3 for Irv Bishop as Dante Martin gets it to Jacoby Taylor, who's going to work against Wang Feng. Jacoby trying to find somebody to pass it to, gets it to Levi, puts it up, and it's good. Jacoby Taylor loves to find Levi McNeil on cuts, something Jacoby Taylor has done his entire career, as him and Levi have been teammates since they came into the league. KJ Collins with the ball going up against Dustin Bass, puts it up, and that's good. That could be a mismatch tonight. KJ Collins, the much better player. And here comes Dante Martin Jr. Over to Levi, over to Roberto for 3! That's why the Talons want him. Roberto will shoot 3s from anywhere.
I need him.
Irv Bishop, another good scorer, bringing the ball up here. Kicks it over to Kim. Kim drops it down to KJ, who's on Levi. KJ puts it up. No good. There's Steve Kabirov, who puts it up over Dante, but can't get it. Jacoby Taylor with the board. Here comes Levi McNeil. Goes up strong, but Kim Slice with the block. Here come the Tornadoes. Irv Bishop, the facilitator, has it. No look past the KJ. Shot's no good. Dustin Bass gets it. Cortez with the slam. Great fast break offense for the A-Town Assassins. Here comes Steve Kabirov. Driving. Floats it. That's good. Dustin Bass, a terrific facilitating power forward, but he is definitely a defensive liability for the Assassins. Dante gets it over to Jacoby Taylor. Jacoby hands it to Roberto. Back to Dante. Puts it up, but there's Wang Feng with the block. Wang Feng, originally drafted by the Assassins and then traded over to the Tornadoes and has been there ever since. Blinko, what is your take on Wang Feng and his career so far in the SBF?
You know, I love Wang Feng. I think he's fantastic on defense. Not many people talk about him, but I think he's a really great role player to KJ Collins.
Yeah, him and KJ, from what I've heard, are good friends off the court as well. They've spent many years together now in Smashville.
Let's see that.
Levi drives, goes up, finds himself behind the backboard and gets blocked by the backboard. Fades. Deep 2 is good. Levi McNeil gets it to go.
When he's not laying it up against himself on the backboard, they've been getting whatever they want when it's not Wang Feng guarding him down low.
Kim Slice had Steve Kabirov but didn't find him. Kim is not a great passer. He's really known for his defense, and there is the Irv Bishop 3. No good. Wing Fang can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds. Roberto Cortez, as you see, he's really stepped up. About 7.7 points per game more the last 30 days. A lot of that's because of the Travis House trade. Blanco, you want to break down that Travis House trade that the Assassins had with the Yetis?
Yeah, I love that trade. Roberto Cortez, he's an offensive threat, no doubt. But the Travis House really propelled Yetis to the next level. I can't think of a greater trade this season than that trade.
What about for the A-Town side of things? A-Town Assassins were one of the top teams ever since that trade. They've really fallen off. They're slowly falling in the power rankings. Can they still be a good team without Travis House?
They absolutely can be a fantastic team. But they just need to find a good way to incorporate Cortez a little bit more defensively, since House always provided that elite level defensive play.
Absolutely. Travis House, one of the best wing defenders in the league. Cortez can do that, but hasn't shown it in the SBF. In college, Cortez was supposed to be the better defender, but it has not translated into this league. As Garrison Fleming and Leonard Taylor check in now for the Assassins. Fleming drops it down to Jacoby. Jacoby back out to Fleming. A lot of off-ball screens for the Assassins. Here comes Garrison with the nice lay-in. Garrison Fleming, the former baller. Assassins GM fell in love with him watching him play at Motown and then immediately brought him over during the redraft. Here comes Kabirov, kicks it over to KJ. KJ back to Kim. Still no substitutions for the Tornadoes. They have their starting 5 still out there. Kabirov for 3. That's good. Steve Kabirov really showing himself out in his first year in the SBF. Comes Garrison Fleming. Kabirov surprising everybody. Fleming puts it up. No good. KJ with the board.
Absolutely destroying expectations is Kabirov.
As Kabirov gets that one to go. Yep, when Steve Kabirov was drafted by the Tornadoes, we all wondered, could he facilitate? Can he play alongside KJ Collins? The answer is definitely yes, as Taylor gets the board, puts it up, and it's good.
A big concern was his offensive style of attacking the paint was going to be very difficult to play when you have a KJ Collins and a Wang Fang down low, but they have made it work.
As you see there, Steve Kabirov with a beautiful flashy pass, but KJ can't finish it. Here comes Levi McNeil, goes up strong and gets it to go. I don't think there's a better player in the league at finishing around the rim than Levi McNeil.
There really isn't. He's so crafty.
He makes some crazy shots fall. One person that I'd love to hear the opinion from. Wow, as you see Steve Kabirov with an absolute crazy bounce pass to Wang for the lay-in.
Absolutely beautiful.
One analysis I'd love to hear is Leonard Taylor's been underperforming for the Assassins this year. He came over from the Ballers where he won Rookie of the Year last year. As the Ballers GM and as the person who originally drafted him, why do you think Leonard Taylor is struggling with the Assassins, Blinko?
I think he's struggling because Leonard Taylor does better at the starting and more facilitating position. When he was over at the Ballers, that was kind of his team. This is so clearly Levi's team. So it's hard for him to adapt, and with the reduction of minutes, it's really difficult to adapt to that.
Wow.
As Ken Yang puts Jacoby Taylor down.
Somebody should
Absolute.
check on him.
That was a highlight dunk. We knew Ken Yang had it in him. That might be one of his first of the season. As Levi draws the double team, kicks it out to Jacoby. They're not able to break the double. Levi, 3. That's no good. Wang Fang with the board. Tornadoes looking to score before the quarter ends. Gets it over to Kabirov for 3. That's good. Steve Kabirov is doing it all right now for the Tornadoes. He looks like a madman. Here comes Garrison Fleming. Gets it to Leonard Taylor, the great facilitator. Levi McNeil trying to attack the rim, puts it up, no good. There's Jacoby, puts it up again, gets blocked. There's Josh Morgan who grabs the board and draws the foul after Kim Slice gets a beautiful block on Jacoby Taylor. Morgan gets the first to go. He's going to be shooting 2. Second one is up, and that's good as well. 3-point lead now for the A-Town Assassins. Here comes Steve Kabirov. What's he got in his bag of tricks this time? Gets it over to Kim. Tornadoes look like they're going to miss the 2-for-1 opportunity. It's okay, they just want a good shot here. Setting it up. Ken Yang. Going to have to put it up. Not a good possession, as the Assassins will get the last shot of the quarter. Here comes Jacoby Taylor. It's over to Garrison Fleming. Here comes Garrison, who's going to drive, attacks everybody, and slams it home.
Wow.
Steve Kabirov from the logo. No good as the quarter comes to a close. The Assassins have a 5-point lead over the Tornadoes.
This game has had a lot of really good inside scoring. Like some of these crazy finishes and dunks. Like, I'm really surprised considering who we've got on both ends of the floor and playing down as big men. We've seen that one Wang Feng block, but other than that, not a whole lot of big man defense.
Yeah, Kim Slice had a big block. The interesting thing for me is that the Assassins seem to adapt to whatever the other teams are doing. You've seen the Assassins play some absolute monster defensive games, and then you see tonight where they're going up against the best offense in the league, and the Assassins are just trying to outscore them. They don't really have an identity. They play differently night in and night out. That's why you don't really see many games where the Assassins get blown out. As Taylor with the great find down to the other Taylor, but he can't finish. A lot of good passing in this game. There's Kabirov, deep 2. That's good. Steve Kabirov, I didn't know he had a jumper up until tonight.
Yeah, what's that, his third three he's hit so far?
Yeah, that one was a 2, but it was a deep one.
Third deep shot at least.
Here's Garrison. Drops it down to Jacoby. Jacoby puts it up. Jacoby Taylor has struggled against Wang Feng tonight. Kim Slice driving. Gets on the inside and finishes over Leonard Taylor. Cuts the lead down to just 1 for the Assassins. Here comes Dante Martin Jr., the former Lynx point guard. Gets it over to Garrison. They're going to give it to Jacoby again. Trusting him. Jacoby finds Dante. Good lay-in. Jacoby Taylor, a great facilitating big man in his own. A lot of great passes tonight. Here comes Kim Slice. Gets it back to Kabirov. Kabirov hands it off to Ken Yang. Takes the Wang screen. Puts it up. Wang Feng gets it to go over Garrison Fleming. Ken Yang able to make the great pass leading to the easy bucket.
No time left, too.
Here comes Jacoby. He drives. Wang gets another block. Wang Feng is definitely winning his matchup tonight against Jacoby Taylor, as the Assassins very quickly call a timeout after that block. It's going to be interesting to see what the Assassins do. Jacoby Taylor has not come out of the game yet, but the Assassins really don't have another good, dominant big man to replace him. Looks like Jacoby might be coming out. Dustin Bass is checking back in. No, Jacoby's still in there.
And long-term fans of SBF will remember Wang Feng's struggles to try to get a block early in his career.
Wang Feng really struggled with defensive IQ, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Morgan missed the jumper for the Assassins. The Tornadoes now have the possession and have a chance to take the lead for the first time here. Kabirov goes up strong, can't get it. Kim passes it back to Ken Yang. Yang puts up a bad shot. Fleming with the board. Here we go. 2-on-2. Harrison Fleming, step back, jumper, no good. There's Jacoby Taylor who puts it back up. That's good. Jacoby Taylor, a tenacious offensive rebounder. Here comes Steve Kabirov, takes the KJ Collins screen. KJ back in the game for the Tornadoes to see if they utilize him a little bit heavier. Right now he's got a good matchup, they find it. KJ backing down Dante Martin Jr., that's no good. Dustin Bass over to Garrison Fleming, wide open three, no good. There's Jacoby Taylor, another offensive putback. That's one of the weaknesses for the Assassins right now, is when Jacoby Taylor comes out of the game, who's going to rebound for them? So I know the Assassins have been exploring possibilities of getting another rebounder onto the team. But until then, seems like they just give Jacoby Taylor a lot of minutes.
A lot of confidence in Taylor to be that guy who's going to pull in those boards most of the game after making that trade with the Stars.
Yeah. KJ Collins doing well tonight, but kind of quiet. They're not utilizing him a whole lot. Nick, what do you think makes KJ Collins the best player in the SBF year in and year out?
I think his height and his mobility. I mean, you see him, he's tall, but he's quick. He's not dominating on the boards by any means. Jacoby's shutting him down, but you see him, he gets to his spot, and he just shoots a beautiful shot.
Absolutely a good take, because KJ Collins is one of the fastest big men in the league. This is one of my dream scenarios that we've never seen play out. But could you imagine KJ Collins in a Stingrays uniform? With that fast break style of offense the Stingrays like to play?
Oh, wow.
That would be truly.
As KJ gets one to go over Dante Martin Jr. That's always been a dream scenario for me. Maybe in the All-Star game we'll be able to see Jamarius and KJ Collins team up. As Kabirov gets a steal there. Here comes Ken Yang. Nice little hop step inside to get the easy lay-in. 2-point ball game now for the A-Town Assassins.
The only big man that really comes to mind that can match the speed of KJ is Champ Hansen. He doesn't have the skill set that KJ does.
No, Champ is just not strong enough. Here comes Dustin Bass. Pick and roll. Bass for three. That's good. Dustin Bass, so versatile. Very underrated player, but that's because he plays to his role. He doesn't force up any shots. He doesn't demand the ball often on offense. But when he does get it, when they do play through him, he always makes something happen. Good defensive play there by Dante Martin Jr. Gets the steal. Kicks it over. Roberto Cortez gets the three. Remember, three-point shooting was the idea behind the Assassins' identity at the beginning of the season. As Kabirov with an absolute wonder pass down low to Collins.
A beautiful feed.
Kabirov is the point guard that I've always dreamed of playing alongside KJ Collins. Can make any pass as Cortez gets another three to go. No good. Jacoby Taylor with another putback. We've always wondered if if KJ Collins had a good facilitator around him, how much better KJ could be. But to everyone's surprise, it hasn't really helped KJ's game this season.
It's definitely elevated his teammates around him, but KJ hasn't really changed a whole lot.
No, the team has been better, but KJ has not changed much. Here comes KJ going at Levi, puts it up. That's good. Was that Jason Kim? Yeah, that's Jason Kim with the layup there.
Yeah, just too big of a size mismatch.
Another timeout for the Assassins that they don't like what they see. Assassins have extremely high expectations of themselves. As you see there with that timeout after just one allowed basket.
Too much.
Levi McNeil back into the game. Jacoby Taylor still yet to check out. He's in there still. Wow, did anybody else notice Jacoby Taylor body blocking Dustin Bass all the way down to the rim? That was just beautiful. He'll never get any credit for that play, but that was all Jacoby Taylor making that possible.
Oh,
What a defense.
That was a interesting goaltending call, as it looked to me like Jacoby had it at the high point.
I thought he had it too.
As Leonard Taylor checks in. Not for Jacoby. Dustin Bass is running the point. What a pass from Bass to McNeil. This game, we are getting a treat in passing.
And these cuts too. The anticipation from both teams has been phenomenal.
That's one thing I feel the SBF has always lacked off in, is good facilitating. And a couple of the recent rookies in the league have really changed that. Dustin Bass, Leonard Taylor, Steve Kabirov, really starting to change the way the SBF game is played.
Mm.
Here comes Taylor, who draws the foul on Wang Feng. And that's one thing that I love about the SBF, is right when you think you're starting to figure out the league, a new wave of talent comes in. So with that being said, Nick, I know you've scouted this new generation, these rookies coming up. With the prospects that have already declared, do you see any differences in these rookies' games compared to the way the SBF is played now? Like, the current gen of rookies, Dustin Bass, Steve Kabirov, they're changing the way facilitating is played. Do you see any changes coming with the new class of rookies next year?
You know, what I see is I see a lot of inspiration. Players like Jay Blanco looking at Steve Kabirov, Dustin Bass, at these facilitating monsters. I also see players like Bean Shep, who just love Talon's basketball and just shoot everything up.
Yeah.
And you got Vern Beard and you got Jeffrey John just killing it on offensive and defensive. True great guards.
Yeah, I think the bottom line with that analysis, and I agree with it, is this is a very diverse rookie class. If you have any problem with your team, if you scout well enough, I think you can solve your problem in this draft.
Yeah, there's no abundance of specialty players.
No.
Or there's no shortage of it, I mean.
And that's going to be one downfall, is if you're looking for a three-point shooter, who do you go for outside of a Bean Shep? Like, you really have only a couple players that are good at everything, so
Absolutely.
if there are multiple teams that have the same problem, then one or two teams might have to go without, whereas one team gets the talent.
Yeah, and you've got some other really good shooters, like Jeffrey John has been a volume shooter, maybe not nearly as efficient as Bean Shep off of his shots lately. But then you've also got Vern Beard, who's been really good from the three this season. He's been surprising people. And that's another thing that I've noticed about this game, is that you're going to see a lot more people doing pick and pops coming out of this college game. That's something that you're seeing a lot more in these college games than SBF games.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if that is the players' tendencies or if that's the coaching. So we will see how it translates. But we are at halftime now as the Assassins go in with the lead. As always, I let somebody else host the halftime show. Tonight we're giving it to the Blink Man. Blinko, you take this halftime show wherever you want to go. You talk about what you want to talk about. It's all yours up until the third quarter starts.
You know, I just want to get a shout out to all these active GMs. I just absolutely love the activity of these GMs. You see players like Blaze rebuilding the Polar Bears, and you see other teams like the Yetis making great trades. We also see teams like the Assassins making trades that not many people like, but you know what? It's working out so far. So I just love everything about it.
You're supposed to keep going.
That's all for my halftime report, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, that was terrible.
That was awful. We are sorry about him. It will never happen again.
He's still learning the ropes.
We promise you the rest of this broadcast could still be saved.
Maybe. As you might not know, Blink Man, Bean Shep usually takes it well into the third quarter with his rants on country things and insulting every GM in the league. So
Yep.
it's a different style to hear people compliment the other GMs for
People are
change.
just used to it.
Yeah, we're all used to being insulted by Bean Shep. As you see, Roberto Cortez opens up the half with a 3, extends the lead to 11 for the Assassins. Wang Feng finds Kim Slice. When Kim Slice was originally drafted to the Ballers, they wanted him to be an inside scorer. He couldn't do it, but here he is with the Tornadoes scoring from the inside. And that's something you see all over the SBF, players changing when they get a new scenery. When they move to new scenery, they just go and they play the way they were supposed to. Another great pass. Dustin Bass finds Cortez for a wide open layup. Roberto Cortez is shooting so efficiently tonight, 71%. Here comes Kabirov. Takes the Feng screen. Kabirov's being doubled to see if he can find the open man. Gets it to Kim, who can't get it to go. KJ tries to finish through contact but can't get it. Draws the foul on Dustin Bass, and he's going to get 2 free throws. Tornadoes have got to get some momentum going on offense. The game is slowly starting to get away from them, and I think it all starts with KJ Collins.
I feel like we have this discussion every time that we talk about the Tornadoes having a lead on them is why aren't they getting KJ involved? Why isn't KJ doing more?
I think that's a downfall for KJ as well. He needs to be more aggressive. He has to demand the ball as the superstar for this team. Levi McNeil sets the screen. Wow, great lane there by Levi McNeil. Dante Martin finds him wide open.
A lot of times you see these superstars have these killer abilities, but not that killer instinct.
You know, if you could put a Levi McNeil killer instinct into a KJ Collins, you would have the greatest player in the history of the sport.
Yep.
Kim Slice is going to have to put up a shot in a hurry. Can't get it to go. Taylor with the board, who has yet to come out of the game, still gets it over to Cortez. 3. That's good. Just inside the line. They're going to count it as a 2, but that was a deep one. Here comes Steve Kabirov. Needs to get some offense going. Drops it to KJ. KJ on the smaller man. Puts it up. No good. Bass with a good defensive play. And Taylor gets a block.
Jacoby Taylor. Sorry to interrupt. Jacoby Taylor's done a great job shutting KJ down all game long. He's got 8 points.
It's interesting to see that Wang Feng can shut down Jacoby, but Jacoby can shut down KJ. But KJ is clearly better than Wang. Doesn't really make sense, but it just shows you how different styles match up differently against each other.
Yeah, in the SBF, it is all about matchups.
Absolutely, and you have to find the right pieces to gel together. You learn that very quickly as a GM in this league.
And I think the reason that we see so many trades in the SBF is because what you touched on earlier, that you see a lot of the time that the grass is greener on the other side, and you see players kind of evolve into what you think they could be, or put them in a different situation and they do what you think that they can do. And we've seen people have absolutely monumental transformations just by switching teams and switching play styles.
This league is absolutely a trading paradise. As you see, a lot of times the thing that forces people to shy away from trading is the unknown and the uncertainty that a player won't be better. But the SBF continues to prove that players most of the time get better with a change of scenery.
Most of this because players find the specialty kind of play style that they want and go look for people they think can do it, and it ends up working. But fortune has been favoring the bold when people trade in this league, except for the Talons.
Yeah, only a couple players have not changed much while being traded. Shane Kerrigan comes to mind. Goes to new home after new home as Cortez with a beautiful move at the rim. Shane Kerrigan, home after home, he remains the same no matter where he goes. Brandon Shipley, I thought, was going to be about the same, but he's really emerged as a superstar for the Guardians this season. As Levi McNeil fouls Irv Bishop. And that's another thing that I don't think anyone's touched on yet that I think Nick can talk about here for a minute. But salary cap in this league is going to be super interesting and fun to watch. Players like Irvin Bishop, their value might not seem like it's there, but being a low overall player that's capable of putting up points, his salary cap's going to be low. He might have crazy amount of trade potential. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I 100% agree. My team, the Ballers, I look at them and I've got a big salary cap issue to look at, but then I also look at teams like the Tornadoes and even the Vixens. A lot of low level players, but they get the job done. So I gotta take some influence from that.
As you see, Irv Bishop drains the three there. You got to think about it. I absolutely would love to have a good three-point shooter for cheap. As Wang Fang blocks it into the net. That's an interesting defensive strategy.
And you're going to see a lot of these more experienced GMs who spend more time scouting. They're going to see these lower overall players that are for cheaper contracts, and they're going to take advantage of that kind of value, because most people, when they look at trades, they look at overall, they look at draft picks, but adding the dimension of how much do I have to pay these guys is going to be what separates the good GMs from the great GMs, in my opinion, with these trades.
As you see, Levi McNeil puts Wang Feng on a poster. Those are the type of defensive plays that we're used to out of Wang Feng. Just completely is in the wrong place. And there's Ken Yang again.
Beautiful.
With another Showtime dunk.
Ken Yang wanted to join the dunk party.
Ken Yang, Levi McNeil going back and forth. They give it back to him. Fleming for three. That's no good. The Assassins are scoring at will tonight, already at 75 points.
Ooh.
Kim Slice for three, no good.
Hesitation froze up Leonard.
Leonard Taylor gets it to Cortez, another easy layup. The Assassins, if they don't start putting their bench players in, could score well over 100 points in this one. Tornadoes need to start scoring here. As Bishop goes up with it, and Taylor gets the block. Taylor to Taylor, over to Fleming for three. That's good. This game is just getting away from the Tornadoes, as they now are down by 22 points.
Not looking great for the Tornadoes right now.
No, but what about this A-Town Assassins offense tonight? I don't think I have ever seen it look this good, even when they were in their prime.
What I see tonight is just pure team basketball. I mean, they are playing so unselfishly. Jacoby Taylor's having a great night, but man, everyone is involved so much.
I agree with that take 100%. This is Pass City. They're just passing the ball like crazy. Good defensive play. Couldn't get picked up there by Josh Morgan. Tornadoes are going to retain possession. Kim Slice inbounding the ball, looking for somebody.
I don't think Taylor's allowed to be that close.
Well, he is.
He was standing completely out of bounds.
Taylor reminds me a lot of Murray Williamson. He does what Taylor wants to do.
He really does.
I agree.
Jacoby with the rebound gets it to Leonard Taylor. Taylor to McNeil. Here they go. You see Tornadoes bringing the double team. Interesting to see them double teaming Dante Martin Jr. of all people. Jacoby passes to Josh Morgan. McNeil for three. No good. Jason Kim with the board. Here come the Tornadoes. They need a quick bucket. No time for patient offense. They need to start scoring.
Yeah,
they apparently disagree.
Or Bishop for three. Not the best shot. Kim with the board. Leonard Taylor with the block. Everybody fighting for it. Goes out of bounds. Tornadoes will retain possession.
Tornado ball.
As you see Dante Martin Jr. playing absolutely scrappy defense right now for the Assassins. Going one-on-one with Irv Bishop. Great defense. Forces the miss. Josh Morgan pushes tempo. Gets it to Leonard Taylor, who forces it up and gets blocked. Here come the Tornadoes. Bishop, 3, no good. Jacoby Taylor grabs the rebound. Both teams taking bad shots right now. Here comes Dante Martin Jr., the former Lynx star. About 3 seconds different from the shot clock and the game clock. Great pass, Josh Morgan. The former Lynx duo right there. Dante Martin to Morgan with the great look. KJ, final shot, puts it up. No good, as the Tornadoes are going to go into the fourth quarter with a 24-point deficit to the Assassins.
Considering they have not scored that in a quarter, I would say that they're going to have much smarter shot selection going into this quarter.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Assassins decide to pull their starters, or if the Tornadoes decide to pull their starters. At what point, you see in the SBF they like to throw in the towels. At what point does that start? Not yet, as I'm glad to see both teams still with players still in. Here comes KJ putting on some moves. Does not go up strong, but gets it to go. I love watching KJ do that fade shot. Here comes Dante Martin. He's going to drive. With the pass, gets to Jacoby, who gets blocked. Morgan gets it. Morgan puts it up. No good. KJ with the board.
KJ coming alive in the fourth.
Give and go. Jason Kim slams it home. 20-point lead now for the Assassins. Here comes Dante Martin. Taylor tries to find McNeil but can't. Here comes Ken Yang. Ken Yang trying to post her. He finishes at the rim. Cuts the lead down to 18. Tornadoes are playing with a sense of urgency now.
Seen a lot more movement than we saw earlier.
Taylor finds McNeil. McNeil gets it to go.
Beautiful feed.
Just when you thought the Tornadoes figured something out, the Assassins just silent the crowd. Kim Slice taking the off-ball screen. Here comes Kabirov. Driving, loses it. Josh Morgan picks it up, pushing tempo. Morgan crossover, floats it. That's good. Great
Turnovers
move.
turning into points is going to be what breaks the Camels back early in this fourth quarter.
As the Assassins GM, I would love to see Josh Morgan play the rest of this game, get him some playing time, get him some reps in, because this is pretty much a game already. Here comes KJ, matched up on Dante. Turn and fade. No good. Leonard Taylor with the board. Here they come. McNeil. Crossover. Driving at the rim. Gets it to go. Levi McNeil, 28 points tonight. The first half, it was an absolute battle of the point guards. Kabirov disappeared in the second half. Levi has stayed strong as KJ with a good move, but what a defensive play by Dante Martin Jr. How impressed have you guys been with Dante Martin's defense tonight?
Dante Martin, since leaving the Lynx, it feels like he's transformed his game entirely. And considering he's no longer the focal point of the offense, he can focus on what he does best. Put his attention to the defensive part of the floor.
Yeah, I agree. He's just been a great defender. A real great piece for the Assassins tonight.
Defending facilitator, that's what they're hoping. Here comes Levi attacking the rim. Doesn't get it to go. Strange miss there for Levi. Normally those ones are going to fall.
Looks like he got bumped on the way up. I was kind of surprised there was no call there.
Levi McNeil has always been one of those players that can make contact look like it was there, even if it wasn't.
Oh yeah, his ability to make those slight adjustments to finish at the rim is what's so impressive about him to me.
Dante draws the double team. Kicks it to Taylor. Martin Splits the double team, gets it to McNeil. McNeil one-on-one with Ken Yang. Gonna have to put it up. Shoots it, can't get it to go. Jason Kim with the board. Here come the Tornadoes. Both offenses have been stagnant. Collins is a good person to end the cold streak. A lot of Gatorade symbols out there for the Assassins. Probably playing a big part as to why they haven't been scoring as much lately. Bass sets a screen. Dante Martin finds Taylor with the open lane. What a great find again. This Assassins team, like Nick said earlier, playing unselfish basketball tonight. Here comes Kabirov with the spin, driving through the contact, finishes the play, and one. Steve Kabirov, the stash himself, trying to cut it down to a 19-point ball game. Free throw is up, and it's good. You hate to say it's over, but 19-point lead with 3:45 to go in the fourth. It's all but over. Tornadoes, though, still fighting, and you got to respect it.
I love what I'm seeing out of Kabirov tonight. Down 19, but his heart is in the game. Still attacking the rim and facilitating like there's no tomorrow.
As Dante Martin Jr. adds on another assist to his stat total, finding Dustin Bass at the rim there. Kabirov drops it down to KJ. KJ on Dustin. Puts it up. Dustin Bass, clean defense. Great job there to stay in front of KJ Collins. Dante Martin Jr. finds Dustin Bass again with another assist. Gets the lucky bounce after throwing an errant pass. Gets his own rebound off of the errant pass and then finds the open guy for the assist.
Or, if you would believe it, an intentional throw off of Yang's face to see, so he could pick the ball back up.
That was street ball style.
Player of the game, no surprise, Levi McNeil.
Absolutely no surprise. As he is assisting, he is rebounding, and he is scoring at will tonight.
You name it, he is doing it.
Interesting to see Irv Bishop just now checking back into the game. He was hot earlier from three. Would have been nice to see him at the end of the third try to cut the cold streak for the Tornadoes. Bishop for three. That's good.
That's what they were missing. Those kind of fire-starting shots right there.
Exactly what Irv Bishop does. Dante Martin Jr. bringing it up. Takes the screen, kicks it out to Jacoby. Hands it off to Roberto. Thought Roberto might fire it. Jacoby drives, gets it to go. Dante Martin Jr. assist after assist. I don't know what he's at, but I know it's got to be a pretty good number coming off the bench. Kabirov takes the double screen, gets it to Bishop. Bishop finds Fang. Fang being guarded by Martin. Martin, good defense there on the big man again. Comes Levi McNeil. Slowly bringing the ball up. Takes the Jacoby screen. Shoots the three. No good. Bass fighting for the board. Taylor comes down with it. Puts it up and draws the foul. Even with the lead, the Assassins are not letting off the gas with the offensive rebounding. As Taylor sinks both of them.
I see players like Jacoby Taylor dominating, and all. It gets me excited about oncoming players like Ricky Cross. He's in talks of MVP this year, and I see these oncoming players who haven't declared yet, like Kenneth Michelson, another big that's just doing great this year. Can't wait to see what these centers from the college are going to do next year.
I think with that analysis that the Blink Man just gave us, that just gave me a great idea. I think the people would love to see a pro comparison. Ricky Cross, pro comparison. Jacoby Taylor, I'm loving it.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I can see that, yeah.
Bean Chet pro comparison. Dare I say Murray Williamson?
He reminds me of a Mo Booker, or more of a Ulf Sundin, just shoot at will kind of guy.
That's Jacoby playing
The only reason-
aggressive here at the end.
Only reason I might agree with Murray more is he's prone to Murray's streakiness, and when we say that they're one-dimensional, we mean one-dimensional.
I don't know though. Blinkman's got a good point with the whole Murray not shooting as much anymore. He likes to play in the interior.
Yeah, Murray has been changing it up.
Yeah, Murray's weird. Kind of hope he leaves the league soon. Murray, the original first overall pick by the Stallions, absolutely destroyed that franchise. They have not been the same since acquiring Murray Williamson. Jacoby Taylor drawing foul after foul. Jacoby, we all just want to go home, buddy. The game is over. They're already dead. Stop stomping on them.
They're already dead.
For the love of God. Here we go, 28-point lead. Can the Tornadoes make a comeback?
Need a
Kick it to
30-point
Bishop.
shot here.
There's a three. No good. Fighting for the board. They can't get it. The Assassins need the score. They need to score here if they want to win it. Taylor setting up the offense. He looks left.
Is he clutch? We're
Can
going
he-
to find out right now. Settle the GOAT debates.
His nickname is Ice Tray for a reason.
And he missed.
What a good shot at the buzzer by Jacoby Taylor. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the three-man commentary team. Like always, I'm the only one that mattered though. So thanks for checking us out. See
Hey,
you guys around.
why'd you say that?